Yes, sir, for my was so just say, oh, Gladion. I drop, I yes, I die. On a side, don't you buy it with you? My get out that one, try it forever. Why you pay your play? I be on your play. What that you say, oh, put that young when you and say, oh, by some. Do us a nene glass, say, oh, my dear. You should just say, oh, just say, oh, let you just say, oh. This is a special birthday song for that Jawali Jonetta Wele. We say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your new age. The graduate daughter, not forgetting Shannon Taylor for Chicken Air. We want to remember her late daughter, Yolo Jira Wanya Taylor. Rest well. Not forgetting Brother Tony Wele, Patu. Justina So, in Taxi. Mother Teresa, Pregnant So, in Rhode Island. Yeah, we are traveling. Edward, your birthday, Edward Luson, Capiada. I say, oh, Gladion. I say, oh, once I didn't know. I say, you put. Oh, I do this, wow, Gladion. And the Orito So in Rhode Island. I said, my. And the Helena, Poa, Rhode Island. Uncle Tommy So in Liberia. But you know, the late Uncle Stanley So. Yes, young. Says Angie in Rhode Island. Anita Zian, Minnesota. Abojitro, Gladion. Jonetta, well, I did drop out. Or as if I say, when your boss looking, in the say, oh, Gladion. No, I beat Daniela. Young man, you're the way. You say, get it. I'm behind the draw. When I go. Alfonso Soul, I go. Many times of Mr. Alfonso Soul in the US. And now Alfonso's young soul, they could be up waking. I try to say, what's your boy, young? Congratulations to that Jawali Jonathan. Well, it is your birthday. I just say, oh, God, you better more than you. Upon Rona, whenever. And when you are, not forgetting the cousins of the celebrant. Anita Zian in Minnesota. Direct Talu, Minnesota. Uncle Jerry So, Rhode Island. And some important personality here, right? Not forgetting our late father, Johnny Zian So. Rest well, father. Man, better so, rest well. Man, necessary so, listen. We are in a double celebration. Congratulations. It is your graduation and your birthday as well. We say happy birthday, congratulations. Our medical director. We want to say many thanks to all of the friends who attended the occasion. Dr. Jawali, extend her thanks and appreciation to you all. We call her Dr. Jawali Jonetta Wele.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events, such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services, and your friends in business. Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you.
Good evening. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. It's a beautiful Sunday evening here in the East Coast. Wherever you are joining us from, we say welcome. This is the Liberia Public Radio. Of course, I'm Alfonso Zayanso from the East Coast, New England Bureau, and this is the Sunday's editions of the Examiner. We are here this evening. We sincerely apologize, running a little late behind time. It's 8:35. Usually we are here 8 o'clock, but we have to do what we have to do as well to take care of things at home, and then we can keep the ball rolling. But however, it's better late than never. We say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on locations. Welcome to the show. Very shortly, the analyst is going to be here. And we will scramble. We will have conversation here, and you just heard some of the commercials. This is what we do. Regardless where you are, whether you are in Liberia or here in the USA, we provide services in all forms, in all manner to help to amplify and showcase what you can do and preserve your historical memorable events, whether it's a convention, whether it's a funeral, whether it's a graduation, whatever it is, we do have the capacity to do that. And so we want to encourage you to always tap into us, what we do, and what we have for the community, be it here in the USA or inside Liberia. It doesn't matter. We say good evening. Welcome to the show. Hopefully the analyst is going to be here as usual.
the group of them, a lot of tabata because of their political attachments. It is difficult to undo their feelings when it comes to this national conversation. But this is why we are here to always hold them accountable as well. They also have a fisher fry in this because each and everyone protect his or her own alligator. And so we have to put them into check as well. But we say thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you had a very good day. And I pray for a better weekend ahead. The chief, the rescue Tabata himself is here, Clarence David. Clarence, happy Sunday. Good to have you. SK, good evening. Good to have you here this evening as well. Hope everything is going well on your end as well. And our own Paulina Corporal is our PR correspondent inside the West African state of the Republic of Liberia up early this morning. Thank you so much for joining in. We're going to be here. The analysts are beginning to assemble backstage. We're going to bring them in and we will have a conversation here. There are lots here going on according to what one of the major outlets is reporting. What additional money? The president of the Republic of Liberia is asking for money. To do what? To raise the salary or whatever it is? We don't know. And one of the consequential process is in the making. Is the District Number 10 Representative, Republic of Liberia, Honorable Yeke Kaloba, is he at his Waterloo of his political career? And why that is happening? Who behind it? We're going to do like a poll here this evening here, just to get people reactions. What are this action is politically motivated? Your thoughts on Representative Kaloba expulsion? Is the expulsion process political? Is it good for our democracy? Why would the SC, that is the Supreme Court of Liberia, be the deal maker? These and many more we're going to be talking about here. And who behind this? Why is all this happening? It was yesterday former Speaker Fanati Kofa now is Representative Yeke Kaloba. Why this process? Who is leading this charge? What are some of the invisible hands that behind it? It's good for our democracy. We're going to be having all of these conversations right here as soon as the analysts come. In the meanwhile, let's take a quick commercial break to those who are helping to keep the wheel of the industry going. I am Alfonso Zienso. I will be right back. Welcome to the show.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today, an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today, I'm a regime speaker. So today, I'm a regime speaker. So today, I'm a regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Nigeria is 100% supporting His Excellency President President. No speaker from the opposition will promote us. So we as politicians start and saw the difficulty in the general arrest or proceeding. And the general arrest of press and opposition speaker. We will not sit there and let go any further. All things we pay to do, they all get damaged. Whether it's asset recovery team, it died. Local or corruption code, it died. Whether ministry of local government, it died. Everything they always talk about, because of Tourism Act, all those little acts that will reform Liberia, all those things died for the first 10 months. But as soon as we resurrected, You can write down all the bills come here passing. Because I'm not waiting for our country to be. So never say this country and then opposition be a speaker of the ruling party. It can be.
Things are getting out of hand in Liberia. I'm not too sure why, but from everything that we've been reading, it doesn't look good. It seems like people are just taking a matter into their own hands. I'm not too sure. And someone like me, one who supported this government during the campaign heavily here on this LPR platform, we were accused of coming from the southeast and then going all the way to support somebody from the west, from Lofa County. Your crown man, why you supporting Lofa County man? Because I believe in the Lofa County man. I believe he has the ability to lead us. People still calling me and say and make comments like, what you say now? There was no comparison. The young man who was from the southeast were failing or has failed completely. So when the campaign time came, I've lifted his policy and I left people supposed to be the one to produce, to do the oil product, what have you. You lie, you're giving something important like that. You go insert lie into it, and he has to speak it up because you give it to him. And that's the one going about. People running away now. Because you lie. You are on intellectuals. You lie. And this is what we are. Because of your lie and the
holding there and accountable in their own words. Radio personality, talk show hosts, they are all involved in the red meat and throwing out of the kitchen sink. Here we are today. The actual manifestations and full declarations of the regime speaker, is that another version we are taking in? Why are you intruding into my process like that? Good evening, Libra. Folks, it's everywhere. These politicians, they have their talking heads on each and every network, and they tend to be the fixer, to be the one to fix up things and give excuses in all forms and in all contexts, and removing the actual people from the crime scene and shifting blame on other people. This is where we are in our country. That's the challenge we'll be faced with. We are into it, and some of them still do not have the guts to call out their people that is supported. Democracy is at a crossroad. Another versions of what history repeated itself. We saw literally a year ago when a sitting speaker, the third person in constitutions of the Republic of Liberia, was removed. It is trickling down to the ordinary people. People expressing their views now are being held accountable. So the question now becomes this poll here, and I hope Libra will be fully participate in this here. Let me put this poll out here. Your thoughts on Representative Kaluba's expulsion. Is the expulsion process political? Who are the invincible hands behind this thing here? We saw that happening the last time around, and they are still quiet. The Liberal does not have the guts. All of the programs he's been talking about, he has never said anything here, which itself is a concern. They are very, 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 very selective. He and his allies, supporters, the Clarence Davis and the rest of the folks. It's a good for our democracy. Will the Supreme Court be the deal maker? This is going to be the conversation here tonight. Let me go to Sacramento, the most liberal on this network, the liberal progressive Samson Raku Brown. Is here. But let me just unveil this. This is my lead talking point here this evening. You are at liberty to say what you want to say, but it will be regulated because this is the Examiner. I am here to examine. Let me bring in my co-host, people voices that you guys sanction on this network with the so-called pastor from Minnesota, Terry Collins. All of these mind, the Sisse Goyle, they are all the failed progressive Dr. George Toto, now left Tiawan Gonglo to Unity Party. I went to all Liberian Diaspora Conference, no report, went to Totota, drank all the pound when I come back here and still giving excuses. Let me bring in Dr. Jones Malay, one of the independent and critical voices on this network. Dr. Malay, good to have you here. We got to respect people according to their position. This is your show. This is your, you are co-host, so we can't have these guys then to be overhauled, here. But this is how it started. This is quite interesting this week here. We're going to see what's going to be happening, what our democracy is at a crossroad, and where we are heading as a people, as a country, as a nation. Let's play this, and we're going to have a conversation. You see, at the end of the Waterloo of his political career, Yeke Kaluba, he was who he is yesterday, he is who he is today. What now? Let's bring in Dr. Male. Good to have you. Happy Sunday. Pretty nice, beautiful weather here in the East Coast. I'm not sure what's going on in Sacramento. Sacramento people want to speak for themselves. They will talk for themselves. Whatever happening, it is up to them. But for what we do know, the Ocean State is peacefully calm, and there's a big African gala is coming out here. We're going to be making that commercial. But Dr. Male, good evening. Good to have you here.
Yeah, how are you, CEO? Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, because every time I try to counter check some things so that things are not hijacked around here. But anyway, I think we are fine, and as you ready to put it, I think our weather is good, and we are moving around, and it's fine. What is fine with us? I mean, we just okay. We don't have to be concerned about other weather, other places, other people can handle their own prerogative.
They will deal with it. Every monkey to their own, every monkey will cry.
Of course, yes.
When I was coming, I descended. I alone was on board. Some of them came way ahead. What happened? What not happened? I don't want to go in that story. I didn't know the planes. I think they came with Sabina or whatever, but I know British Airways brought me here. Straight here, so I'm not going to talk for anybody here. But look, Dr. Male, this is quite interesting. Liberal, I'm going to come to you. Hold tight, fee. Welcome. This is the Examiner, and
yes,
is in full swing. We have to examine every aspect. So, and we call for complete tolerance. Walk in line with the chief moderator of tonight's program. And we hope people will lay by this rule. This is not a regime platform. This platform is a platform of law and order. So, look, Dr. Male, more money needed. Representative is in the process of being expelled after Speaker vehemently violated his constitutional right. I wonder what it is of opposition in the country. And from what I see, what we are hearing, because there's no way to grab it. And this is quite interesting. That means, forget about people. Let them drink their water. Let them do what they do here. And I just want you to take a look at this poll here. And I want you to give your independent thought about this expulsion process. It's a politically motivated. It's somebody saying this guy is a pain in my neck. It's just torn in the flesh. And so we need to get this guy over. it's a good for our democracy, this sort of fragile democracy that we have. Potential will be enjoying it, but we see this thing here repeating itself, removing a speaker, removing the next thing. I don't know who else they're going to be removing. Perhaps other political party leaders, they're going to be expelling them. I don't know how that process is going to work, but ultimately, if it boils down to the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, are we putting our head in the sand here?
The answer is no and yes. But one thing I want to tell the audience and fellow panelists is that this is just a segment of the beauty of democracy. You know, when it against you, it's undemocratic. But when it's in your favor, it's democracy. But again, what is unfolding right now with Yaka Koluba, 3 questions come to mind. Why at this time? They may have been making some serious statement in the past. Why this other statement is so germane, it's so serious that it seems to be the statement is undermining national security. And they are beginning to group him now into the basket of betrayers.
That he antagonistic to the government.
Yes. So why at this time? But here is the puzzle. It is good to expel, it is good to kick people out. But sometimes you end up kicking some people at the wrong time. And it triggers some other different strange agenda in society. So this is the reason why the timing, we got to be concerned about the timing. And we also need to be concerned about the player. Because Yaka Koluba have been up and running for many years. Least we forget, like retrospect, the CDC days. All right? There's the unconfirmed information that the United Party raised him up, and he was like a shepherd in the camp of the seditions, attacking Joe wherever left and right, and nobody spoke from the left. Today, it's like this shepherd is overgrown now. It doesn't respect the master anymore, and they want to cage it now. But the question now is, are they caging this shepherd the wrong time?
Okay, so in the interest of fairness, we intend not to showcase people here. We don't sanction voices here. But
see, I just forgot to quote you one power verse. The other power verse, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 to 4. It says there are time for everything. So those who are waiting to be heard or introduce themselves on the platform, they need to remember this Bible verse. When it's not your time, you have to exercise restraint.
Absolutely. Yeah, people, and that's why it's lacking into the heads of these political talking here. So I don't know whether they're going to barricade this Goliath here, but good to have his ally is here. He has sent a signal, so they begin to surface. That is okay. We'll continue them. They will be where they should be. Terry Collins, analyst of the Liberia Public Radio, based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Terry, good to have you here this evening. As you know, Viz is the examiner here, and we are kind of like, and just to note, you flow with the lead moderator, and this is not the liberal wing show where they just talk and they think it's okay. But anyway, let's make the conversation more.
So that is why you pull the liberal down and you pull Dr. Male up. Is that why you?
I don't think that should be a question. Dr. Male is the co-host.
As a CEO, if the man of God is not prepared to participate,
wow.
I think you know the solution.
So you want to kick me off?
No, we're not kicking you out. If you don't conform with our regulation, then you have to be free. This is not
Capital punishment, no problem with that.
a game platform, so you know. Okay, good evening. Your action, you're talking in recent time on purpose. We have come to realize, and many of our fans have you have been very selective in your talking point, whatever it is, go one knows. But here we make information fair, balanced, and proportional. So here we are. I will ask you this question. You saw the video, the intro, your voice, the proclamation made by the regime speaker, that led, and before even Kofa was removed, here we are again coming down the same slope that we went through. And I hope we're going to get a biblical and honest opinion here from the pastor from Minnesota, who is a senior political analyst on this network. Look, liberal progressive, you want more money, you're removing speaker, member of the House of Representatives. What's going on? What's happening with your people?
Good evening, Mr. So. Good evening, Dr. Malley, and good evening, Terry. Thank you very much for having us again tonight. We're here to have conversation. I'm not too sure what is happening with your mic, but you're talking like somebody under the water. Perhaps you need to straighten that up. However, I think your biasness towards the liberal continue to manifest itself fully in the eyes of the public again tonight. I was here before Dr. Malley, and when Dr. Malley came way late, almost 30 minutes late, and he was recognized first. However, that's what we have. We have to do what we have to do. Let me say this to you, Mr. So. We are not here to apologize. We are not here to go back in time and try to show some sort of a regret. No, far from it. We're not here for friendship either. We're not here for kumbaya. We will tell you exactly what it is that is happening and we'll explain ourselves. We have the ability to talk and we will talk. Now, as far as Ormo Kaluba is concerned, if I was one of his advisors, I'll say sit tight. Whatever they do, enjoy it. And wait for maybe 2-3 months, go to Supreme Court. Kaluba going to be reinstated. There's something they call Constitution. The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia specifically states that as long as you are representative or senator, whatever you say in your capacity, and I'm paraphrasing that because I don't know the particular article now, in your capacity as representative or senator, you must and will not be liable to any of those things. So to come back and try to circumvent the rule that the representatives and the senators themselves set up, it's laughable. It's laughable. They can try to sanction him. It's in their rule. They can try to suspend him. It's in their rule. But to say we're going to expel you, that's something, if I were in the camp of Karuba, I would tell him, bring it on. And after the suspension, sit tight for 2-3 months. And you go to Supreme Court and the people will reimburse you. Now, other people say, but the Supreme Court is part of the government, it's part of the Unity Party, whatever. The Supreme Court, yes, okay, if that's the case. But they're also governed by rules. And if the law is there, clearly stating, and you expect the Supreme Court to overlook that and follow party lines, then you are not true Liberians. Then in fact you have no ounce of blood of anything representing Liberia in you. In fact, I will consider you a Guinean if you're going to believe such. Then in fact we need to ask for a long form of birth certificate. Many of you on this platform will probably need to do those things with many of you because we don't even believe the kinds of ideas and the kinds of thought that comes out of your mouth about this country, about this government. We need to find out exactly whether you are a real citizen of the Republic of Liberia or you're some sort of an imposter coming in, and we need to ask for the long form of birth certificate from many of you on the platform because I don't believe that you're true Liberian, Mr. So it's going to be a wonderful night, and the liberal cannot be put in a cage, and you know the rule. I'm not here for me to sit down and because you're the examiner, whatever code. I'm not on the courtrooms for you to examine whatever. What you examining? What are you examining? You were here for 6 years. You examine nothing. That now you want to go examine something? Man, Mr. So, let's talk about real life. How this government is improving lives of the people of the Republic of Liberia, how this government continue to make sure that the people of Liberia live under the rule of law, how this government continue to show to the Liberian people the responsibility of being a governed state and to show that indeed the years of experience that we all campaign for from this president is not manifesting itself fully. And we want to appreciate that.
Okay, the ball is rolling. Complete a ludicrous and hypocrisy at the higher level. Now, I'm glad that I've compelled him to speak on something that he completely sanctioned himself, refrain from speaking, knowing exactly where his biasness were going to be going. That is okay. I'm going to be going to Terry, to Iowa. Good to have you from Waterloo. Good to have you here this evening. Terry, let me just come to you. We had this sort of conversation here. I don't know where this sort of distraction coming from. Yet, do I agree with things that come out of Yeke Kaluba? No. Is he making some legitimate or legitimate concern? Yes, his expressions, his thought, how he throw things out, as it is. But Little Bro is quite correct. Stay away from that for whatever purpose. And I can say strictly it's political purpose because he doesn't want to hold the old man responsible. Because when he says that, we're going to hold you accountable and say, hey, but look, Terry, it's a good strategy. It's a strategy right now. All what is unfolding outside of Liberia, inside Liberia, on the global, removing expulsion to expel Representative Calabar. Is that a solution? 2029 is around here. If the ruling establishment feels so strong, so influenced, what you do politically, you have a candidate, a main challenger against this person, and prosecute him, not a political prosecution, but go through the ballot box and have a formidable candidate, put good money inside, good ideas, and the electric can start. Are we coming to another regime person? We saw the scenario the other time here. Yeah, we are again. Do you think this action is politically motivated? And who behind? Perhaps.
Yeah, thank you. Again, good evening to the panel, to you, examiner, to Liberal, and to Dr. Mali. You know, I always put Liberal second because, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because Liberal is not coordinating tonight. So we got to put Liberal in the second position, even though Dr. Mali overthrew him. But it's okay. It's okay.
What is it tonight?
Liberal tonight is your night. So obviously you come first, you know. Then Liberal second, then Dr. Mali third, before Terry fourth. No. But again, it's the examiner night.
What kind of mic you got tonight? People can't hear you.
Yeah, your mark seems to be drifting, coming back on.
Josh, we are then now Muhammad his mic.
I don't know. But we can say we can say yeah. You're much better, but it's kind of, you know, like a little bit dull, a little bit, and then it comes up big and then it goes down. It off and on, like.
Yeah, this guy saying he came from microphone big person, but that's okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. He brought some African side, I can say that.
I don't need a security analyst to investigate what's going on.
But they don't want to come to LPR again. Let them go.
Yeah.
So there are the pros and cons here, Mr. So, in my opinion, right? Yeke Koluba fall in a hole. in a political terrain, you don't tune yourself. And Yeke Koluba tune himself. It's like you set the right, you been in the jungle, you set the trap for the opossum, and the opossum fanning around the trap, and jumping over it until you finally catch. That is the situation with Yeke. And they will burn him. They were setting a burn him. People say, oh, that. This is an opportunity for the government, the UP government, to get rid of him. But is it something that's correct for them, that will be good for them? I would say no. In my opinion, politically, it's going to change the trajectory for them, because the populace will see it as a witch hunt against Yeke, and they will see it to be, even if Yeke is wrong, they will see it as the executive trying to move Yeke because of his critical voice and his critical position.
Is the
So
executive,
those,
in your opinion, is the executive doing that?
I don't think the executive is doing that, because we don't see any paper trail,
No,
leading to that.
you're not going to see
But
people through.
we don't see evidence. The opposition don't have evidence that the government, they thinking from one guy they call Sumon K. Moba. He was the one that recommended, he put a petition on the floor that they should either suspend him or expel him from the legislature due to his position, his statement. And he arguing that the statement of Yeke Koluba is treasonous. But can that be proven in the competent court of jurisdiction before the legislature? I doubt it. I doubt that can be proven in a court, that Yeke carried on an act of treason that would warrant his expulsion from the House of Rep. So that what Labour is saying, there's a possibility that Yeke go to court, he will win them again. Under the Free Speech Act. Probably, I'm not sure. But he could win them again in court, and there will be a whole thing convoluted. And guess who's going to take the blame? The executive going to take the blame. So my recommendation:
should they take the blame?
No, they can't be blamed for that. But politically, like we believe in our political terrain, we believe that the executive run the country. You see, so
who you think runs the country?
There are three branches of government. Three branches of government run the country that is comprised of the government. And Yeke Koluba falls in the first branch of government, which is the legislature. The legislature is saying that his statement he made was treasonous. Like I said, it's a trap. It's a opossum trap. And once you put the smoke in the hole, the opossum will jump up. And that is Yeke for you.
Okay.
He had been fanning around the executive. He had been fanning around it. If I was a political figure in the executive, this would be the time that I will press that button.
Okay. Look, Dr. Mali, Terry, I'm going to hold you there. This is where we are in this whole thing. You listen, they have a divided tone now, but they have been very strategic in making their argument, because they do not want to shift blame. They do not want to hold those who to be held accountable. They don't want to do it. They are avoiding now. They're trying to move the polls. The executive will be blamed, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but of course, the executive is the administrative arm of the government, and anything the administration approve and endorse, that comes to pass here. Look, but you listen to Liberal here, and you heard what Terry said. Is that an arguable point? I mean, we saw the Alson case, treason, this and that. We don't even know no here. They just kept adding cases upon cases, no resolution. This is a complete distraction. This is not what was purposed for. But here we are. Is there another distraction from these lawmakers? Things they're supposed to be focusing. Now they leave it. They're not doing what they should be doing, creating another political chaos in the country now, focusing on removing a sitting representative because of his comment. How can this be proven?
Well, CEO, as you rightly put it, I think this whole thing is politically motivated. And if the issue of, if our conclusion is that Yeke issue is a betrayal, a treason, that it has to be proven. But as I said, let's retrospect a little bit. be there fine. Be there fine, suffer the same fate. He was expelled from the house. But here is the tricky part. The house is a separate and equal branch of government. And the other two are also equal branch of government. But it is being headed by the executive. Okay? So the question now is the question of proof. So from the traditional point and the type of mindset we have in Liberia, one will classify Yeke's statement as a betrayal. But if the issue is treasonal, then that will now involve the Constitution. What constitutes treason? That has to be specified. But here is the tricky part. Let's assume Yeke had been expelled and he decided to seek the face of the Supreme Court. And I don't know how you're going to succeed that, because the face of the executive, it's almost the face of the Supreme Court. But here is the issue. The House has got its own rule that went hand in hand with the Constitution. When the House break rank and they decided to have a sanctuary at a hotel, and Kofa was put on the witness stand and being crucified, the Supreme Court came in, but there was the House rule. Finally, the House rule won. Finally, today we have a regime legislature, right? So Yeke Kolba case might not go nowhere, but it's the timing. Also, don't forget about this guy, Prophet Key. Prophet Key, yes.
Hold on 1 second. We would like to be very illustrative on this network. I didn't hear you saying regime was speaker, right?
No. I didn't say regime because the speaker, he's symbolic of the House of Representation.
Yeah.
Representative.
Let's listen to his full declaration. So, because we want to be illustrative, when the independent voices are on the network, they point out, they give full clarity to their audience. But let's see whether there was a full declaration, what happened a couple months ago when Fanatic Kufa was removed. Let's listen to this.
Push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today, an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today, I'm a regime speaker. So today, I'm a regime speaker.
This is quite amazing. Never
water, yeah.
all of the political. Yeah, you need to drink water. I drink water so you can pass up, because I told you you're gonna get here. I never heard saying this in all of the politics that I've followed. Somebody came out publicly, a rudent establishment. We need to have our own speaker, not speaker for the Republic of Liberia. We need to have our own speaker. The connotation that attached to the war regime, the liberal and the pastor here avoided that conversation. They felt it was uncomfortable. The liberal posts paying on this all over the place, and nothing much was done. Here we are again, less than what, year or two now. So this is, and he's not, let me, 1 second. Liberal, is this action politically motivated, the issue of Yeke? I just want yes or no. I know it's not a Shaman Brown ELTV project, but I want you to be honest. The cameras are on. Is it, tell us that it's political. I want to hear you. Is it political? I'm not hearing you.
You're not hearing.
It is not me to decide as to whether it's political or not. The politician in Liberia will make that determination. What I can say to you, with reference to the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, is that any member of the House of Representatives or any member of the Senate, whatever position you take, as long as it is in line with your job and you're speaking as a representative, you're speaking as a senator, those actions those, whatever it is, will not be held against you. It clearly states that in the Constitution.
All right.
So, Mr. So, that's all right. We're not here for you and Dr. Mali to manipulate this system tonight and think say you guys going to get, no, even though you're running your show, but you will allow me to finish my point. You can't just come in and cut me off. And that's why your mic is giving you a hard time, because your purpose here tonight is to make sure that the liberal don't say anything. And because of that, the mic is not cooperating with you, and your voice is going to be continuing to cut up and cut up.
Okay, that's
no,
okay.
No, let me finish.
When it is your turn, I ask you a simple question.
And I'm answering your question.
Okay, that's the answer I want. I already obtained that. I'm not going to go back and forth with you.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Go ahead.
His body, there's a divided role here because he wants to be politically correct. The liberal is playing games as usual. That his area. He playing game. But go ahead. I will come back to you, liberal. Don't worry. You make a point.
Yes, I still want for us to go back to Bidefan removal. Bidefan was removed. He was expelled for an act of gangsterism. It's strictly expelled out. He was removed for an act of gangsterism. So the proximity of removing Yaka Kolba for an act of betrayal could be interpreted by the regime representative as an act of treason against the certain administration. And he's not going to succeed if he want to move forward with this case. It's a foregone conclusion. Is that the administration is waiting for the time where they can just hook some people now who've been causing a lot of trouble. They started with Prophet Key. Right now, he has taken sanctuary in the prison. He's standing around there for 6 months. So I think they're waiting for the time. And Yaka Kolba should have known that his day will come. You see, he overgrown now in the hand of his master. He has become a dangerous serpent right now. He's very unmanageable. So they're going to charge him with betrayal as the death charge be there for with out of gangsterism. Is out of gangsterism in the Constitution? No. I wasn't looking for that term. I never found in the Constitution. All right. It said the horse rule. The horse rule is like the Bible. You can never see it. I sent down there to get copy. Nobody can give it to me. You can't see it.
The liberal
it's a secret document.
The liberal, why you say that? Why the co-host?
So we do not have a regime speaker. We now have a regime representative house. That's what we have now. So Yaka Clubber is not the black snake in the room, and we need another colorful snake in there. Got a black snake with the rest of the snake, you got to get out.
Okay, let me go back to liberal here. So look, liberal, on a serious note here, I don't know, and I'm going to give you a second. We believe in giving people second chances.
Oh, yes.
So again, is the action currently, Terry said it. Terry is a spiritual guy here. He said the action is political. So let me ask you again. Is the action ongoing currently with Koluba? And I seriously doubt it with this guy with BC. I don't think. We will come back here and we'll cry and put it to the next stand. I don't know what the opposition going to do, because the opposition part, they are like, I don't even know whether we have an effective opposition. It is. So Yeke, is he going to be fighting his own battle? What do you think is going on here? Is there something that we do not know in the long term that maybe you are predicting that you want to forecast? What is the Unity Party's strategy here for 2029? Are they doing this to, get other? Because and it's serious. It's not just only removing him. I want you to speak to that liberal. If they are successful to having removed, to having expelled there will be potential consequences. Charges going to be followed. Then at that time, he's no longer a lawmaker, and then perhaps maybe he's going to be funny. He's going to have a different shelter. Let me hear you. Can you unmute your mic, please?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. So, when we come to these political engagement, these platforms such as like Republic Radio and things like that, we have to be mindful of what comes out of our minds as we analyze some of the ongoing issue in Liberia. We ourselves can be deemed dangerous to the society of the Republic of Liberia if our analysis seem to be promoting ruthlessness. And this is what I accuse your co-host of doing here tonight. He is now in a vying. When last have you seen Yaka Kodoba with snake and you calling him simper and what have you? Comparing him simper in the Bible, and you expect people to take it, Mr. So I'm the liberal is on the floor. There's no what business for you to come here and now trying to compare Kodoba to that of Lucifer. It is unacceptable.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I will go that far. It is unacceptable.
Why are you trying to reconstruct his statement?
Mr. So
that's not what he said.
Mr. So you are not a defending attorney. I am not on the witness stand, and I'm making my point, and I will make my point. Now that I've straightened your co-host up, hopefully he will learn from that and try to compose himself and speak to the issue instead of going around through Jesus Christ and what have you. We have a Bible person here. If we need to be corrected by through the Word of God, he will help us out. That he has not made before. But let me just say this, Mr. So. I think Dr. Mali it should be in a position through him that Liberia must be able to understand the Constitution. I don't know the article right now, but I'm sure any of the smart people that are listening can research that and will find it. It is in the Constitution. It says, and I'm paraphrasing, if you make as a representative or senator and you make a remark or make a statement that is considered to be inflammatory or whatever it is, but the statement is being made from a representative, whatever statement you make cannot be held against you. It's clear to state that in the Constitution. So let's suppose as Dr. Mali is now quoting saying here this afternoon, saying the case is done. I'm not too sure what courtroom that he's come from, whether he's a Supreme Court needs say or not. He knows what's going to happen tomorrow. But those of us who consider ourselves a political guru, he needs to listen to us. I can say to you that the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia was also part of the government. Has its own functionality. And I don't believe this Supreme Court was yield his function to any other part of the government to run it for them. And for you to sit here and try to wrap this thing around the executive, and that's also unbelievable and it's unacceptable as someone who is helped to bring this government to power. This government does not. Mr. So, I'm giving it to you as it is. I'm not going to answer your question the way you want. I'm not here to please you. I'm not here for no kumbaya, no friendship. I will speak my mind. This government is showing to you, and I've shown to you over and over, that they believe in the rule of law. That this government does not circumvent.
Really?
Really. And so for you to not come and say here tonight, in your position as independent host or whatever it is you call yourself, to try to now wrap this thing around the government, it will not hold. You and your co-host need to find other topic that will be suitable for discussion, because you guys are losing this kinds of conversation. The liberal is here as a counterweight. We will not allow you and your co-host with your conservative view to try to skew these things in your favor. We are here to talk, and we will talk. Mr. So, lastly, I'll repeat myself. If I were advising Yaka Koluba and these people are going like this here, haircut scatter, I said, let them. And when they expel him, I said, fine. Go to Ghana and relax for 3 months. Come back when you're ready. Take them to court. Yaka Koluba will be reinstated, and Yaka Koluba going to get his back pay with interest. Mr. So, the Republic of Liberia is not a banana republic. Yes, President Baka is running the republic, but he's not a dictator. For you to suggest that he can just manipulate the Supreme Court because of the Unity Party, yeah, there are people in Unity Party perhaps have the ability, but not the president. He does not dictate, and he will not allow people to come out of his executive to go and try to run the affair of the judiciary. That is not his style, and this is not who he is, and that he's not going to do for us.
All right. Let me go to Terry. I never accused the president here. So we having an honest conversation, just how you gave your opinion. I know you are getting feelings as a supporter of this government, which is okay, but we don't discuss people's personal feelings on this network. All right? We talk national issue, critical issue to get an inner part of people. And I know how you've been finding it very difficult to stay away from this conversation because of your political attachment. That is okay. Hello, Terry. You listen to Dr. Mali. What could possibly be the end game of this? The aftermath? Would there be some backlash or what? If it does happen?
Well, yes and no. Because yes, in a sense,
why you always like to be unbalanced and unstable? Yes or no? What is this? No, hold on 1 second. This is ridiculous.
You got to correct that thing, CEO. You got to correct those kind of presentation. We got to set the record straight.
Yeah. Yes, I was saying no. Where are you telling your audience?
Are we not entitled to our opinion and expressing the way we want to? We should follow you.
I thought the both of you said you were independent. Independent voices do not corner people and put them in one perspective.
Independent in the foxhole, I beg you.
If you guys are independent, you gotta share you gotta share opinion for both sides of the coin. You also know that there are two sides.
All right,
there are two sides to everything, Mr. So. Okay. But and I just don't want to fully agree with Dr. Mali in his assertions and some of his harsh expression used on the honorable man. But it is possible that the honorable man can be expelled from the House of Rep, because from what I'm looking at here, and labor, it's possible also that the Supreme Court cannot do nothing about it. This is where Yeke Koluba is in limbo. And this is where I believe...
I agree with you on that.
That this government is going to punish him for that.
Yeah, so when you go to Supreme Court going to kick it back to say, oh, we're not part of it. But forget it happens. And you see, this is what the honesty of this liberal always play these sort of tactics, and you think that we are just blind to it. So he's not an honest guy. The liberal is not honest. I don't know why you kept up with this guy here, but I'm happy that you speak in the minds of what should be out there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I'm looking at here, the rules, the House rules, under which Yeke Koluba can be expelled from the House, will be it could be commit serious misconduct, committing serious misconduct, or violates oath of office, or gross disorderly conduct or behavior. Under these three categories that falls within the rules of the House itself, Yeke Koluba can be expelled from the House. And the courts, the Supreme Court will not be able to do nothing about it. You see? So I think these guys, and I want to agree that it is also a hard political tendencies, reason being the Sumo K Moba guy, came from the ALP. He from the he from Liberal Party. He came from the ALP. Yeah, yeah. He came from the ALP, and then he associated with the Unity Party in the end. So he's from the Unity Party wing. So that is where people could say this is politically motivated, and the public will have a point. And if the people decide to look at it from that perspective, then it will be something else. But I think that is what it is.
Okay. Dr. Mali?
Yeah, I just want to remind the Liberal that George Dwyer and 4 others were kicked out of that place. They never recover. Snow was kicked out of that place, according to sources, with the executive hand involvement. He never recovered. Speaker Fenati was also the latest on the block. He never recovered. And besides that, I want to tell Liberal that Article 38 in the Constitution gave the legislature the power to remove you for a cause.
Yep.
And assuming Yaka goes to the Supreme Court with his case, the man have been removed for a cause, and maybe the cause has been defined as the man of God said. Let me just pick one of those things: gross disorderly conduct.
Yes.
This man, gross disorderly conduct, has been around for a very long time. The timing. My only problem here is this, as CEO: if the guy is removed, will he be giving another chance? Is he going back to rerun again? So I don't think it should stop there. When he's removed, he should even be stopped, not to even run anymore. This guy is stigmatized with his Civil War story that we don't know the details. They're collecting taxpayer money. All right. Definitely the guy, politically, he's a black snake in the room. He got to get out. So if the people are saying that this guy, now that he can fight, yeah, he can fight. It's not all the fight you can fight. Prophet Key today, they were just waiting for the timing for unpleasant and the kind of funny statement. This man and Prophet Key, they're in the same basket. So do not encourage him to go to the Supreme Court. You're going to waste his money. But my problem now is, if the man is only suspended, for the time to come again for him to go and run, then what's the point? Because he's not only being suspended. Even if he's suspended and he still continues to make this statement, the National Security Agency are going to hook him again for threatening the stability of the country. There where now they're going to keep him behind bar now for some time, because we don't want people undermining the fragile security in our country. So Yaka Kolba should know that they've been after him a long time. He should know that. Thank you, CEO.
It's kind of getting me to be a little bit something here. So,
Mr. So,
no, we're hearing you now.
Okay.
We're hearing you
now. I will do this here. Article 42. No member of the Senate or the House of Representatives shall be arrested, detained, prosecuted, or tried as a result of opinion expressed or vote cast in the exercise of the function of his office. Members shall be privileged from arrest while attending. I'm not even going to go through that. That's just a little part that I read. Yeka Kolubat, in all of the comments that he made, were made based on his position and question were asked to him. From your perspective, sir, as a representative, sir, what is your opinion? And you're gonna tell me you're gonna kick me out because the Constitution completely the Constitution. Like I said, if I was advising Yeka Kolubat, I'll tell you, bring it on. Don't even argue with them. Let them kick you out. You lay back. And this is where Yeka Kolubat case will be one of those cases that will have to put Liberia legally on the map once again. If you suspend Yaka Koluba, you can do that. It's in your rule. Suspend him without bail, you can do that. It's in your rule. But to kick him out, remember now, Yaka Koluba didn't come to the position by appointment. He was voted in power by the people. How you can sit on one hand, believe in democracy, in the power to elect, and then you say, well, we will not respect your rule, even though you elect him, but we don't like him, we'll kick him out. It's not gonna happen, Mr. Soul.
CEO, just 1 minute. I just want to make some clarification here. Article 42, expression of opinion, the role of Yaka Koluba is far beyond the gravity of expression of opinion.
What role? Give me
chance now. Give me chance.
That role?
Give me chance. If that were the case, Prophet Key wouldn't have been behind bars.
Prophet Key he was never elected.
No. Prophet Key, he's a citizen. He's a bona fide citizen. Give me chance now. As a CEO, I think you gotta mute. You gotta mute the liberal.
You can't come out here and give us some kind of erroneous statement.
Give me chance, man. Prophet Key. Yeah, CEO, you gotta protect me. We're not gonna allow the kind of thing to be happening on the platform. Yeah, no way. You gotta mute the liberal.
Who's on the platform? Go ahead.
I will catch you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. You see, that black dragon is very there for Bruce. You see, you can't do that. Tomorrow you're gonna play there. You see?
Article 42. I agree with you, liberal. But Yaka Koluba expression is beyond that line. The same way with Prophet Key. Prophet Key was arguing within that sector. All right? The Supreme Court did not see it that way. And this man he removed for a cause. And the cause will be defined. Like what happened in Bidefan case, where you were removed for gangsterism. That was a cause. And he never recovered. So any man is removed for something like gross disorderly conduct.
See?
That's a cause. Making unpleasant statement.
Is this the majority black?
No. Making unpleasant statement that try to deface the government and threatening national security. He's a black snake. You think the executive will allow you to move on?
Point of information.
Men of God, you gotta put your hand out here. You gotta wait here, woman. We are in charge tonight. You see?
That's right. We are in charge of this vessel. Until the vessel can go tomorrow, we'll bring his own. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I just want to inform the liberal that this thing has been happening for a long time. They've been waiting, the executive been waiting for the perfect time. This thing is politically motivated. You know, two way about it. It's also part and parcel of the beauty of democracy. And you don't want to admit.
That's the problem.
But you admit.
Let me say this to you, Dr. Mali. First of all, you and the CEO. This is not straight or Hamouz. Where you guys gonna come here with your Iranian behavior, try to hijack it for us? You expect us to give you a bribe. You expect us to give you a bribe before we go through. This is not gonna happen. This is not straight or Hamouz. What do you expect? We run the show. What do you want us to say? To pay you before our ship go through? Is that what you want? No, we're not gonna. But let me say this to you, Dr. Mali. Let me just say this to you quickly.
This is
look. Whatever. The Article 42. Mm-hmm. It's not what happened to Yaka Koluba. I mean, what happened to Prophet Key? It might be similar, but they are not the same. Yaka Koluba was speaking in his position as representative. Number one. Second, if they're going to go with the weight of treason, to charge him with the weight of treason, you have to prove. You have to show. So the true Liberians who believe in true democracy, I'm not talking about the fake Liberians that are going around that we're trying to get long-form birth certificate for. Those are not the people that I'm talking about. But true Liberian people like us, who were born in Foya, truthfully, would tell you that this thing would, no, on a very serious note, President Baka will not allow this to go through.
Okay. This is where
Can I say something? Point of information.
to you, Terry. This is where I'm been looking for. Finally, the cat is out of the bag.
Yeah.
Did I hear you saying President Boyka will not allow it to go through?
Oh, so that means you see there?
Liberal.
Yeah, you're asking me? You're
So
asking
that
me?
means he allow other things to go
Before
through
you
or
talk.
what?
Yeah, that look at talk. That look at talk.
Wow.
Oh, God.
So, truthfully, President Baka will not allow any. I told you already.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen. Let me say this clearly on a very serious note. President Baka respect the rule of law.
Okay.
He knows he has the ability to understand the separation of power
Okay.
in Liberia. The executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. He knows the separation of power.
Right.
Now, if the situation was to be that is happening in the House of Representatives, now don't get me wrong, there might be some rascal within the Unity Party who might want to interfere on the ground. I give you that. That's Liberia. But for that kinds of behavior, as far as I'm concerned, President Baka will not sanction to say, yes, I agree, let's do this. He will not sanction that. Now, if the case go to the Supreme Court, President Baka will also not sanction. You saw what happened with our good friend, this former speaker case when went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court came back and ruled against them and said, find another means. It only happened for the speaker to be speaker because the speaker, former speaker, accepted to resign. If he wanted to drag the country, if Frantikova wanted to drag the country, if he wanted to have a serious constitutional crisis, he would have stayed. He said, I'm not resigning. And as long as he's not speaker, Kung can never be speaker. You will be regime speaker in the darkness. This is a point that I'm making. And all that time, you never heard President Baka taking to the podium to say Frantikova must resign. He never made that statement.
Oh man, we know what was going on. So that is
you cannot assume. You cannot assume. You cannot assume something was going on in the backyard. Okay. That is unacceptable.
You just alluded here and you try to walk back and be able to fix it. This is why you're good and this is why you always
I want to make my closing statement.
No, because the heat now is on you, so you want to leave. Well, the show not end yet. What you could make a closing statement for? Let's get Terry. Sorry. You see it like that, he want to run away.
No problem. But what labor you show Article 49? I don't know, but 42. Okay, but 49 says that each house, Senate and House of Rep, has the authority to set its own rules.
Yeah.
Punish member for misconduct.
Right.
Suspend a member. Right. Expel a member.
Right. Based on their rules.
Based upon their rules. Yeah. Okay. They have the power to set their own rules.
Yes.
And they have the power to expel a member based upon the rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
With two-thirds majority.
I'm not arguing any of that.
A due process. So
I'm not arguing any of that.
Yeah, one of the era where
yes. What you also in the Constitution also says that no law, whether by the legislature or anything, cannot supersede the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. The Constitution provided for the legislature to come up with their rules, but they cannot make any rule that will violate the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia.
Exactly, but the Constitution says in 49, Article 49,
I agree with you.
That by the rules that they said they can expel.
I agree.
How did they get rid of?
I'm not arguing that. Arguing that, Terry. To be honest with you, I'm not arguing that. My argument, Terry, is this. My argument, then we can go. I will try to make my closing here soon. But my argument is this: the Article 49 it said you cannot and will not prosecute anybody based on the statement that that person made in his capacity as a lawmaker. Number
As a
one.
lawmaker or insertion.
No, not what the article says.
As a
I just
lawmaker
read
or
it. I just
insertion.
read it. I didn't say that. What I say?
Yeah, but
I just read
labor.
it. But let me
Yeah, go ahead.
So but Article 49, I agree with you. It gives the power to legislature themselves, the lawmaker, to make their own rules. However, their rule they're going to make will always be in line with the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia.
Agreed.
You can't make a rule to say we will suspend you even though you were speaking your capacity, or we will expel you even though you are speaking your capacity as a representative. You can't do that.
Okay.
The Columbia will sue them,
Yeah,
and the Supreme Court will come back and pay Columbia all over.
No, but CEO.
Hold on, Dr. Mali. Let's tell you, the liberal camp, I don't know why. I don't know why he's not fighting.
I don't even know why you're fighting Terry. Terry is just saying the right thing.
Terry, we will sort it out, but Terry, go ahead.
Yeah, so to wrap up, to conclude, Labor, is that the Yeke Koluba, in as much as I don't support it, but Yeke Koluba is in a bad situation because the House rule, right, like what you say, right? The place that Fonati Kofa took these people to court at was not on ground that the House rule cannot remove him as speaker. It was on ground that the procedure in which they followed to remove him was not according to the law of their own rule.
Okay.
So he was not saying that the allegation brought against him and the petition that was raised against him to remove him was not fair. It was not constitutional. His argument was the process should be followed, which means they should produce they should produce for the non-lawmakers.
For the non-lawmakers based on the Constitution.
Agreed.
Okay,
So now
this
is what I'm saying. I'm coming now, Liberal. This is what I'm saying. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I'm saying here that Yeke Koluba allegations is that his statement was a violation of his oath, and in violation, it was a misconduct, gross misconduct in violation of the state, the sovereignty of the state. So the lawmakers, by reason of the handbook, they have the right to expel him. But the only way Yeke Koluba can challenge it is that if they do not follow the due process, wherein to get 49, like what they did to Kofa, if the people cannot raise 49 and just try to remove Yeke like that, Yeke will have a case to take to the court. But if that house raised 49 voters against Yeke and they gave him due process, his expulsion will be permanent. His expulsion will take effect.
Great argument, Terry. This is where this liberal doesn't understand. With Kofa own, it was completely a different thing.
Yeah.
The legal argument was the process wasn't exhausted. There was no way they could get to that number. And so they learned a hardcore lesson from there. So what they are doing now and what you guys are doing here, you come here to pretend as if you're not part of AU for Yeke. You're not for Yeke. And this is why you and your guy here falling by the wayside here tonight. You're finding it very difficult. Your guys tweeting tomorrow night. That's what they do. Because
the last time when I talked to Yeke, I tried to tell him certain things. That where he threatened. He said the next time you call me for something like that, I will join CDC. And I said, no, I don't want you to join your CDC. Go ahead. And that was the last time I talked to Yeke.
Yeah, so
you're talking to Yeke?
It does have a
some time ago.
Yeah, it may not call. Terry does have a refined argument. If they get that number,
can I make my statement? Can I make my closing now?
The host, you gotta wait on your turn when I call you. If you know what's going on here today, why are you so uncomfortable with this conversation tonight,
Mr. So? First of all, I want to thank you and your co-host, the guy who abandoned you for 5 months.
I said, is it the liberal turn?
Yeah, it is. And
let him show himself.
Okay, let me show myself.
Are you saying
you he abandoned you
get time for the history. He keep bringing it.
Let me talk. The Coho abandoned you for 5 months.
Look at that.
It was the like of Terry and myself, and even
Is
Rescue
there
3,
a campaign speech?
Rescue 3, we were coming to your aid night in, night out. Now, this is the co-host now coming by, and you're going to put him over our heads. That's okay. Next time, the co-host run away again, you will see. The man, a teacher, there was who calling you like, bro, come on, John. And then he will leave you behind again.
Oh, God.
You know how many this year, you know how many times I visited Liberia? He come and go. And you will leave here again. And then at the time my group and myself, my buddies and I will tell you, say, no, we're not coming. You go on your show. But anyway, it's a wonderful, wonderful show. Dr. Mali, you're welcome on my show tomorrow.
I know.
I will treat you fairly tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I want to thank you guys. Guys, I have to run.
We're all going to be here tomorrow. And
no, you're not welcome. You are not welcome on my show tomorrow.
Why?
Because no, you're not welcome. Only Dr. Mali. I can only afford one of the so-called independent.
No, but if the CEO can't come, then I will be on
Stay. I'm gonna block you anyway.
Oh man.
So thank you guys. It's a wonderful thing here, and good night to all of you.
Yeah, I will soon be wrapping here. I know you got to go myself. I'll be here. All right, thank you, Libra. But look, and tell you really, your analysis here is just strictly in point. And I think this is where you see this whole thing being dragging, because they want to make sure and get to that finishing line. Because if it doesn't happen, then it gives Yeket the legal argument that the due process was inexhausted. Like in the case of Kofa, which we had really arguable thing before the Supreme Court, and they don't want to go back there because they know what happens the last time around. But so assuming, and this is for discussion purposes, we have no idea as to how this is going to go. The number doesn't look good for Yeket. Of course, those guys are in good number, and in that place, it's all about the numbers. If you have the numbers, then I Yeket, because if Yeket district were voting, that's a different thing. We say Yeket going to be. But that's those 73 guys, they're the one going to vote. Does he have an ally? You know, what are going to be? This thing going to be on camera? I was looking at something here, and unfortunately here, our people, they don't put up a lot of information here. Like in the House of Representatives in the U.S., about 6 since the 6 has been expelled. And they outlined those points. The lead was the Santos guy from New York, where out of that from the ethics violation of the ethics committee, and all the other people here, John B. Clark from Missouri in 1861, supporting a Confederation. Henry Bernard from Kentucky expelled 1861, supporting of the same thing conspiracy. And John Reed conspiracy. Yeah, Michael Myers, PA, expelled in 1980 after being convicted of Oscar's sting. You know, now here we are, and I think you're quite correct. I think they've been trying to find a way to nail this guy, and it looks like this time around, and there are some charges that want to put on you. It becomes like, and that's why everywhere when it becomes more or less federal, then it supersedes everything, and that's where I think they are going. If that the required numbers come out against Yeke, then Yeke does not have a chance at the Supreme Court, because the court will say, hey, you have your own rule. It is your rules that got you into this place. Yes. Therefore, the court cannot intervene. Court only intervene when the due process, when the law is being circumvented, when the law is being undercut, when the law is not being respected, when due process is not being exhausted, then a court comes in here. But this point, this one here, it looks like a man walking on a bamboo stick over water. That's it. So what happens if this guy goes, or what could be potentially the next action? They will want to put him somewhere. You never know, because he said what he said, according to him, he was on And then whatever happens, he will not keep his mouth shut. You'll be talking. Whether you're going to be talking the same way he's talking, and then the law's going to come in, and then what next? You're going to be visiting Prophet Key somewhere there because we say it's executioner. It's an executioner. We say don't joke. Say it's a mission accomplished, brought in by the rescue government to get things done. That's it. You can talk, go bought your hair, whatever you bought. It is what it is.
Yeah, Mr. So I think what Yeke can do is to go back to if this thing happened now because we're all guessing from the look of things. If his own colleagues decide to put him in the bag, I don't know if Yeke have strong because the problem with Yeke, he's like he causes everybody, even his colleagues in the house that he want to get on his side. You know, he don't have no good rapport with them. You know.
Yeah, I have to dress it on the devil, right?
Yeah, you want to help him now. Tomorrow he will be on the air again, cursing you and telling some things to you. So people will be in the heart. They will be somehow pretending like to say they ready, don't want Yeke to be a sport. But again, you made a very firm point. When we see the whole thing going on during, like the way they did with Honorable Kofa, wherein they went through the voting process, where we see that live on television or will it be held in the cover of darkness? We don't know. But if Yeke happen to lose that seat, I think he will be gone forever because the district number 10 have not really benefited from Yeke, and I think people are waking up to see that Yeke Yeke got there's an opening in his district that he's not filling up. He's not able to lobby. He was just complaining the other day on radio how the government did not give him his county development funds, and that
But
means that.
he's not complaining if he didn't receive it. And that's one thing here. It looked like I think he sensed out something he smells something. I was saying even though he's been appearing, but his frequent appearances on different network, is that a sympathy, empathy, whatever it is, seeking for the audience?
Exactly.
Nothing much we or electors can do because that goes strictly to the 73%, 73%
Exactly.
in the place that they are the one that are going to determine his vote. Or is he saying, be careful who to vote the next time? And I wouldn't be surprised if he's to be expelled. I don't think that he's going to be able to, they're going to put some stringent measure that would not even allow him to recontest.
He will not be able to make it. Even if he goes in that election, he will lose. There is a unity party government, Mr. Su. I can leave it there. These people are pointing. They are strategic. This is politics. And Dr. Mali put it right. Just how you see Prophet Key under something ended in Che. That what the Liberal can say in Che. Where all the way people acted like to say they were supporting Prophet Key, they were behind him. Once they put Prophet Key in
folks,
that car
bear
and
with
ship
us.
him.
I'm not sure what's happening here. Both of them. Let me remove him on the screen. And okay. Yeah, that was kind of frozen. Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, right? Once Prophet Key, just what Dr. Mali compared Prophet Key and Yeke Koluba, right? Once they get rid of Yeke Koluba morale will come down, just a dream. Just how you see Prophet Key, that what will happen to him? Just how you see how they took Prophet Key and put him in the car. All the people that were on Facebook, oh, Prophet Key, Prophet Key, Prophet Key. You see any one of them today? You can hear them talking about Prophet Key. They will talk about him.
It will just be an obituary conversation that
what will happen?
Amen. After 1-2 days, some kind of crazy thing happened. They take it away, and
they cut your wing. You injured. You were flying. They cut your wing. Why you fly? What held Yeke? What is the representative seat? If they take it from him, he's done. The only thing he can do right now is to lobby his colleague so that they cannot arrive at that 49 votes. But if he refuses and be acting tough and be all on social media going on spoon talk, this radio station cannot help him. The only people that can help him are his colleagues in the house. And once he loses that seat, he's done politically.
And you're quite correct. You remember when Kofa even had it in here before Dr. Mali said when he had it in here, he didn't play a good political card. We all know what was going. It was heavily politically motivated. He should have gone before the camera, and all he needed to do was, because it's a special target group that determines your fate.
Right.
They're not your constituents. So all he should have done, and I talked to one representative, and some of them got upset with him too, because when this whole thing started, when he left, one of our own representatives from our country, he said they call him. Those guys that started defecting, they call him, hey, boy, this is what's going on. You need to be on the ground. And in his word, according to him, when he discussed with the president said, oh, everything's going to be okay when I get there, will be this, because he going back would be like, came on a tour and then that sort of things going on. That would picture him by, not to be disrespectful to the president too. He decided to stay, not knowing it was properly orchestrated in order to give these guys good level of time to carry on this thing, because knowing coming with the president, he couldn't have come back. He was sitting down, one go speak to Grand Crew Convention in New Jersey, blah, 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 go there to Pope. What happened? Who Pope lay hand on, Pope not lay hand on. The whole kingdom crushed on him here. So if Yeke, I think doing less talking now and, reach out to be conciliatory.
Yes.
And build that coalition within the opposition. But the opposition, I think they are in minority. Are they in majority or minority in the House?
They're in majority, but they're quick to compromise.
Yeah, and a lot of, when it comes to this kind of thing too, financial influence, political influence, people call regime speaker in charge. He's not in rapport with regime speaker. He's not in rapport with the deputy speaker. So who knows? I think he found himself like a piece of cloth between the scissors. And somebody is willing to push that here. But what does that tell us in about democracy? And liberals saying that, the president will not allow that happen. So I was wondering, the second piece also of that question, did the president allow certain things to happen first? The last time around that he knows, we don't know about, for which he's saying it. Look, Dr. Mali, what would be a lesson learned here if this thing is executed and to the fullest, and we see Koluba being gone? What next for him?
Well, it's not only what next for him, but what next for the Unity Party in the future. Because the problem here now is, just what the men of God said. This thing, they've got 3 stages. The guy who submitted that complaint, and the men of God call his name, that representative. Okay. That complaint is going to be sent over to the rules order and administration. The rules order and administration are going to investigate. Then the finding will be presented to plenary. Then before plenary will go through it, before it even get on the floor. And don't forget, Yaka Koluba, he part and parcel of the due process group in the house. There's a faction in the house there. They call it, said, due process. When the regime leader, when they all broke away and have a sanctuary, and took refuge in a hotel, there were their rules, there were their due process group. Yaka Koluba was part of that group. You see, and the next person now that's going to be targeted here, that Berete. Alain, he's not talking again. He part of he's the co-chairman for the due process group. Rule and order, yes. So the problem now is, what happened for the future? I don't know. The timing of this thing, to me, because the guy was suspended before. Yaka Koluba was suspended before. They even took his, I think they even sanctioned his salary.
For a long time, yeah.
See? But there was something Yaka Koluba there, I thought there where the action would have come from. You can remember there was the Facebook posting that was done with the first lady number Yaka Koluba. You can remember that? You can remember that posting?
Yeah, I think he did something. Okay.
Then he started talking about, there's the hotel. There's the hotel was supposed to meet. You can remember that story?
Yeah, I know he did some kind of crazy stuff.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, just try to recap. What was
That
that?
story there, it wasn't a good story at all. But he got away with it. And to be very frank with you, the only portion, like what the man of God is saying, the portion of the voting, was it right? Did they get a quorum to remove this guy? Because there were now the Supreme Court can interpret. So, oh no, you went the wrong way. But again, let's get to the issue of the expression of opinion supported by Article 42. Okay, we can tell your expression of opinion and digest it and say, okay, let's look at it. Let's put it in a microwave and turn it upside down. Oh no, that thing is now expression of opinion. That thing is a derogatory statement. Then we apply it to the cause. Okay, this is the cause. All right. So this is what's going to happen to Yeke. So the only thing Yeke can do now is maybe to lobby so that the guy will not get it no more. And it's going to be impossible. Because they want to teach him a lesson. Because there are 3 vocal people in our house. Okay? Berete is next in line. But Berete is cool now. This time you don't see him talking to Yeke again. You see? And the next person is the Bapolu senator. He cooled down too. So once the horse has got its own rules, that is the problem. There where the whole thing is coming from. And there where they got them power. That's why when Fonati went to the Supreme Court, the guy that was staying in a hotel there, the Supreme Court can't do nothing about those guy in our place there. Nothing, because they get their own rule. They were there running the government. The executive did not say, oh, you got to come back. Until finally Kofa had to go. You see. So if he can love it, which of course is going to be a very tough fight, but let's assume Yeke Kolba is being expelled now. He outside there talking. He got to also be careful. Because if someone is talking about national security implication, the police going to call him. Now that he'll be ordinary citizen now.
Yeah.
And they're going to charge him. They say the other statement he made is threatening the security of the country. They want to big case on him now. Then they're going to go to court now. Then you know, when you get to the Supreme Court, the executioner is there. He's not going to waste time with that thing.
All right. So, I mean, all in all, we are about to wrap up. We're going to be, I think what is playing out here, and I said that these Moja and socialist boys, they are sophisticated, unlike like the CDC. So what you're going to see happening right now, they are positioning themselves for 2029 in 2 fronts. Not prosecution, but persecution by using the court system to hold people because they're going to delay you. You see what is happening within the opposition column. I say, George Weah will not contest.
No, but see,
if it happens, well, but
before you even conclude,
I'm a strong conviction.
Today.
What happening to his wife? It's going to go a long way.
Yep.
If he tries to force it, do you think your woman, Weko Isifina Bono, the Samuel Tour, all day will be designing a day? So that is the political persecution. They're using the law, not, doing any other thing, because the law is a law. When they use the court system is the best way to prosecute people. Not because of, I'm from this party. That's how sophisticated these Moja and Moja boys who long been waiting to get state power, and they are there within the proximity of those that are leading. So they are very strategic and calculative in doing their thing. They're not doing it way here. So they will use the laws on the book. Whether I go right, you don't go right, but the idea it will apply, and then you're going to have your day in court. No, for the non-people vote, where you going to go to Supreme Court to say why again? The people voted. Where you say you didn't get a due process, this is where we are. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for this evening. Apologies for coming.
I just wanted to make
but Clarence, the number was there. You didn't see it?
Oh, yeah, you see, this is what Clarence that. Let me just put it up. Why there? Call, let me hear you. So you can say you.
No, because Libra gone. That one you come and say here now. We push Libra off.
Yeah, call. Let me hear your tabata. Libra fanatic there. So, Clara, let's give you a minute. Let's hear you. Yeah, tell me. I think you're saying when he calls, I will call your attention. Because myself.
Yeah.
So what I was saying. Okay.
No, go ahead, Dr. Mike.
Information circulating in Monrovia that the United Party has infiltrated the CDC Youth League, and the CDC Youth League chair is not changing his tone that we cannot decide whether he wants to become president. They will decide who's going to be president. Yeah, they, the Youth League, they get a final saying. This is the chairman speaking.
Can you imagine?
And Wia is coming out to say he won't be president. They will have to decide. And now we are. So I think press secretary came up yesterday that they're going to restructure the very arm of the CDC. So now the stage is now set for fighting, and the fighting will continue into 2029.
But Dr. Male, you sure you understood that man very well? You sure you understood what he was saying? Because the one I heard was different from what you're saying.
Okay, what you heard?
What I heard was they said 2020, maybe that's a different one. 2029.
Yeah.
President Weah will not say anything to them for them to listen to him.
Why you want me to post the number? The number is on the screen. Okay. Let's hear Karen. Karen Davis, good evening.
Hey, CEO, how you doing?
So you're threatening my co-host at tomorrow your time? Is that what you're saying?
He should show up here tomorrow. Yeah. He should show up here tomorrow because tomorrow the guy will eat a baby tomorrow. If you want to, you can come, but you will not be. The privilege will not be given to you.
You want to, you can come, you can't.
You on your own.
When you appear tomorrow, you will be appearing as a volunteer. So you know, a volunteer.
Wow.
As a volunteer.
On a même un jour.
Clarence.
When you came from Nigeria, you said you are going to be a dictator. So we are trying to follow the platform of the doyen of the social Baku.
Okay, all right, it's up to you. Let's hear you.
But one of the things, I'm sorry that Mr. Toh left the show a bit early. He was trying to defend Koluba, but the defense and getting that you are providing were not strong. In the sense that because you are quoting the Nigerian law, the Constitution, you were saying that as a representative, whatsoever thing that happens when you are represented, you cannot be accounted for that. The Constitution says when you are in session, not when you are not in session. In the country, under that this year, one of the lawmakers were arrested while you were in a session. So if Yeke attitude and the behavior of Yeke getting go against the Constitution, I don't think it's something for her to buy. But the problem I've been having with the Yeke issue is our Nigerian politicians. They can use people at the end of the day, when they finish getting what they want, they jump you on the side.
Yes.
What's the problem I have with Yeke issue?
So who are you?
Yeke will. Yeah, because for me, if United Party to me, I'm a member of United Party. But what they see Yeke that we used yesterday, we should ask ourselves, there's a thing Yeke that we used yesterday, and you say a whole lot of negative things about John Weah and wife. It's a thing Yeke today that talking against our president and getting a wife. This thing shouldn't be our focus. If we really want to wear according to the will of the Nigerian people, We should focus on every promise that we made to the Liberian people instead of looking at Prophet Key, looking at Yeke Koluba. These are people again that stood by all in the that day. Prophet Key took his own personal money that he raised on his show and sent people in grandchildren today. Prophet Key in jail for 6 years. If we get rid of Yeke Koluba, we may like to get rid of him, but the end result until will be good for we the United people. So that's the truth. Yeke had dissatisfaction in money in which we're being governed. So it then means telling us this thing are happening. I'm not satisfied with it. Why don't we bring Yeke to the on the table again and ask him what you think are happening in the area that we're not doing the right thing? Can you tell our wrong? Can you tell our right? I think it would be correct instead of us saying that we want to go against them because the politicians are saying now. Yeke said 18 doing Jowiata and nobody prosecuted him. But United Party, we want to be getting Jacob Bandan, that everyone that comes close to us again that say negative thing, we get rid of them until it's fair to Yeke too.
Okay.
So, to admit it, I'm not in support of removal of Yeke in the manner. To admit it. If you want to remove Yeke, what you have 2029, put a candidate again that will be strong, I will go again Yeke to move Yeke. In the manner until we are being fair to the young, they may raise a life. For United Party to the main family living in Ghana. So today, we are in power now, we want to prove power. I don't see a fair to Yeke. Thank you for the show. See you.
All right. Okay, this sounds like a real rescue uncle this evening, but you never you never these people. So you come here, you're going to be ridiculous again with different.
Oh God, they're not even going to pick up your phone call tomorrow.
That's a valid point. Actually, all his argument from even George Weirton that he felt his position, his opinion was never heard. He thinks nobody was giving him a chance because the way he speaks, things was put on the floor. So that sort of anger, that sort of outburst. I mean, think about it. Let's say we on this platform. Sometimes we joke and think that and for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. I always say here, somebody just facilitating, but we all are equal. Somebody just playing the leading role to kind of to have a civil conversation without interruption and this and that. But if I come here as a lead angle and consistently for what reason I feel maybe I do not like Terry's opinion, Terry's view, every time Terry tries to make his point, I sanction him. Terry will have to resort to something else. That, you know what, my voice is not being heard yet. I have to go. I think that has been his argument from George Weirton. Whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, he wants his position, his opinion known on the floor, but they were not giving him a chance. So he left no other room but to go and turn to the microphone where he thinks that he will speak endlessly and say whatever he wants to say uninterrupted, and people again. That's why it's been happening. The president and all of these people, they benefited. And I think you listened to DeLonge's statement the other day. They all benefited from him. So why now they can't eat their own baby? But as the saying goes, he who rides the back of the alligator goes into the belly of the alligator. It is why it is. So, I mean, we don't know how it's going to end, but I really feel bad. This is not good. And it's not good for the president. When we say this, it doesn't mean that, he has a separate brain, but it is the president that can pick up phone call. They can work political line and say, hey, guys, leave this thing here alone. Or you can do it. When the president say it behind the scene of the camera, it works. When the president endorses anything in Africa, go up, calm down. Even here in the West, when the president say this, that's it. So we will wait and see how it plays out, but I think the government get a lot of things to focus on, and then now you're moving, you say you don't have money, you're asking for more money, you will have to have a bad election. We're gonna execute bad election? It's money. So I don't understand why it's going the way it's going, but again, that's the Republic of Liberia. Guys, let's hear your final word.
Yeah, what I want to tell Rescue, in as much as I support Yeke Koluba and I don't want him to be expelled, or expelled from the house. We rescue two must understand that politics, that's what politics does. And that is why some of us cannot be a politician. In politics, you need to weaken your rivals.
Yeah.
Huh?
You sure you don't want to be a politician?
No, Mr. So I don't want to be a politician. In
Okay.
politics, there are strategies in how you weaken your rival. And you don't weaken your rival from a weak standpoint position. And that is what the United Party is doing. The problem with CDC, they did not know how to fight Yeke. They were fighting Yeke using force, using violence. The United Party people do not battle Yeke or anything. They wait for him to fall in the trap. He himself put himself in the trap. The same way how you saw Prophet Key. As a political figure, you should be strategic and you should be calculative. You should know when to launch an attack, and you should know when to reserve. Unfortunately, in Liberia, our politicians go after everything. They go after everything. You see, everything they got to, everything they think that is political, they got to involve. They got to say something to attract crowd and to see people running behind them because they're looking for crowd. And I think this is where Yeke Koluba missed it. Yeke Koluba missed it because he was not calculated. And this is the opportunity United Party have, and they're going to take advantage of it because what? Yeke Koluba did not calculate. The timing was wrong, and the statement he was trying to make to gain political favor and sentiment was wrong. If you look at the opinion poll on Yeke Koluba, on the statement he made, it's not good for him. The opinion poll is not looking good. Even though I support him, and here's the thing that many people don't understand. You cannot get rid of, you see, you cannot say because you supported me, so that means after you supported us, we came to power now, then you turn against me in a brutal way. And I'm about to win election, and I see you as a threat, and I have an opportunity to silence you by law. You think politically I will not silence you? If Yeke Koluba remain like this and go to the 2029 election, he will give the Unity Party a hard time politically. That is why the United Party look at it and say, but man, say you choose to fall in your own trap, we will deal with you. Now, when we deal with you now and put you somewhere where you're not supposed to be, the day you start speaking, your voice will be weak. You will not have that momentum you had when you were in the house of rent. And I think this is the opportunity they're going to use. In as much as I don't support it, I believe there are other priorities that we're supposed to focus on, but this is a political terrain. When you venture in a political terrain, you got to be calculative and you got to be strategic. And I think Yeke Koluba makes those two things. Thank you.
Exactly. And that's what happens. You see how people then you see then they have spokesperson. All of them, they don't have no advisor. They do everything for them. And that's what happened. That's what get them into trouble as well. All right, Dr. Mali, let's hear you.
Well, my only regret here is that Yeke Koluba lambasted CDC the entire 6 years, see, at the will and pleasure, according to sources of the United Party. Now Yeke Koluba has turned his machinery against the United Party. Now they have decided to take a stand. I think that is where my regret comes in. You see, because if the United Party claim to be a principle-minded party and the kind of thing going on, they should have said, oh, you don't do this. Like what Obama used to do. So now when people try to bomb off the opposition, the Republicans say, no, go and vote. You don't do this. You don't go and vote. You see? So it's like United Party endorsed all these things all those years because the guy was fighting this guy and it was okay for them. Today now, he had decided to redirect a whole machinery to what the United Party said, no, we got to bring you down. I think that's where my regret is coming from. And like what the man of God said, if for any reason this man is expelled, I think he will be forced now to join a force to ratify Unity Party in 2029. Yes, this is what I'm going to see happening, because it's like he already in the water. He doesn't care anymore. If even if the CDC, you'll be surprised that he will say, I'm joining CDC now. Unity Party can come back. And trust me, it's going to be a real fight. I think the timing is not necessary. You see?
Yeah, quickly, gentlemen, do you think there is some sort of a strategic land to Yeke want to put Unity Party in to be seen to say, yeah, we have Yeke as a political prisoner, that when he put him back, something will be something. Is that something he prepared to do, to go to jail, so that it will be saying that what happened to him now, he's ended in, because he's not going to stop. There's no guarantee. Yeke not going to keep quiet, whether he in the house or not. He said it and he will do it. And when he gets himself into trouble with the law, and the law comes in, following the track of where he got, the point he got to, whatever thing, the interpretation out there will be different. Now, this is what I wanted to see Yeke. Do you think that what Yeke is trying to do here? Let me think the man who was down here before they came beyond the bar.
But CEO, assuming Yeke was an ordinary citizen that is giving his objective view, they land here, it belong to Guinea. I mean, we just trying to be cause noise around here. Nobody will going to pick case on you. There are going to be no issue on our citizen there. That's it. The police will not going to ask you no question, because why? You are subject to your opinion. But being part and parcel of the government now, we see you now to be one of those loyally, you must be loyal. Here is an issue that has tension. You see, it has the propensity for us to go to war. And you, a lawmaker, a certain lawmaker in this country, now people are seeing Yeka now are betraying the nation and betraying the president and the government by making the kind of statement. So now his statement is like, people see it as he trying to create a condition where the Guinean will be emboldened now. Say, oh yes, even their own lawmaker have seen their fault. They don't want to admit this piece of land for us. In fact, we're going to hold on to it. You see, this is how the thinking is going in Liberia. This is where Yeka is now winning the case. But a Yeka was ordinary citizen. They think that Tabata, we're not going to go nowhere. Nobody even pay attention to you, because you are entitled to your opinion. But because his capacity, the capacity he in now, people see him as a betrayer.
Betrayer.
Yeah, but Dr. Martin,
okay, but to even add to that, assuming it was an opposition leader that made a statement, nobody going to do anything to that opposition leader. Assuming that Kumi made a statement, people going to say, oh, that the man who's going to gain power, now he betraying us. He say, so he for Guinea now. You know, our way of thinking in Liberia is a different thing too.
But Dr. Martin, if what the CEO said, I want to come in a little bit. If the man leave power and he's expelled, and he start to run off bigger, and they put him in jail, Yeke will want to go to jail, because it will be a dividend, political dividend for him.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
I think that's what.
No, but
it will become a political dividend.
The question now is, if he become a political prisoner,
yeah,
would it be at the advantage of the Unity Party?
Disadvantage.
That's why they don't want to, and that's why they
now the international community will raise their eyebrow. Why is it, man? So that would be the first political prisoner under the Unity Party.
Exactly.
And the opposition now will make use of it. It's going to go into the State Department report.
Yeah. Thank you. That I don't think Joseph Boyka and the Unity Party.
Yeka Kolba will be a hero in our era now.
Thank you.
This is where.
And that is what this flaw is not necessary.
And that, I think this is
will want to toe that line. So he go to jail.
Want to validate his political. I mean, but if you look at it, do I like this guy's way of expressing things? But you know, some other people get a way of seeing, even though there are some valid. He not stupid though. He talks, even though he's like, he outbursts in way of doing things. And I just see that it's a complete frustration, because when you want to get a thing and then people just hold you up, you can't say it. Then the only thing you're going to do, you know what? I will just explode. Yeah. Who survive, let them survive, and whatever it is. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for your time this evening. By God's willing, We're going to be here. So you and Liberal, it's all well, you all well, Clarence?
Oh, I come into Liberal show tomorrow.
I'm not with the Clarence. I'm not with with Rescue 2 on that note. I want to believe Dr. Male is a very important
Will you make that known tomorrow?
We'll meet him on the show.
Tomorrow, will you make that known?
Oh yeah, I can make that known anytime.
I don't know what society sign the way Liberal day here like they.
That one between you and me, because I think that
from.
toast time, maybe that one making your mag not working.
Well, I don't know that sound, that Freemason sound, or that the Masonic sound. I don't even know.
So John Mason?
Yeah, who knows? We're asking tomorrow. I know that we're going to get this.
Wow.
Who knows?
Wow, Dr. Mali.
He said he's going to be a detector. So all his attributes, everything that he's doing now,
okay, gentlemen.
Tendency is already in. But tell me, my man, thank you.
I hope Labour didn't go for the dark man and power.
Well, you gotta ask me.
You can be talking all when we leave.
Good night.
All right, Dr. Mali, thank you so much. Okay, folks, that does it this evening. Michael Ray, is that the right name? Thank you so much for your time this evening, and all of you, Mr. Parker from Waterloo, that is in Des Moines. Thank you so much, Sarita, watching from inside Liberia, Paulinans, our own LPR, the Sapo journalists. Folks, that does it this evening. I am Afonso Zienso of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. By God's willing, same time, same station, we'll be back here to discuss more national critical issues. We say here with have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.